Hi everyone, I am Rihanna here from SNIT Adur. Here we are studying the subject Civil Engineering Project Management for 8th semester Civil Engineering as per APJK2 syllabus. And now we are on the revision part. So today in revision, we are discussing the first module, Construction Project Management. Today our topic of discussion is the basics of construction project management. We know that management is a set of activities which is organized for the completion or execution of a construction project. First of all, we have to study the unique features of construction projects. The unique features of a construction project include: the construction is typically undertaken at a fixed location or site. It is a one-time activity. It is a multidisciplinary in nature, that is, it possesses some complexity. High cost and time is required for the execution of construction works. Difficulty in defining quality standards is one of the features of the construction project. Uniqueness of relationship between people is another important feature of the construction project. So these are some of the important features of the construction projects. Next is the phases in the life of a construction project. The phases include: first one, conception stage; second one, feasibility studies; third one, preparation of DPR. DPR means detailed project report; and the execution, termination and maintenance stage. Conception stage means the stage at which the idea generates. Feasibility studies. In this stage, we are checking the viability of the project or feasibility of the project on various aspects such as financial analysis, economic analysis, ecological analysis, market analysis, demand analysis, etc. we have carried out during this stage. And in the third stage, we are preparing the detailed project report. And the fourth stage is the execution or the implementation stage. And the fifth stage is the termination of the work. After the completion of the work, the termination is done, and after that keep watching on that particular work, and there may be some maintenance we have to do that. So these are the different phases in the life of a construction project. There are 6 different stages. They are conception, feasibility studies, preparation of DPR, execution, termination and maintenance. An important stage in the life cycle of the construction project is detailed project report. Now, what is a detailed project report? It is a complete document for planning, execution, investment, decision making and approval. It serves as a base document for project planning and implementation. A DPR or a detailed project report is made only if the feasibility study gave positive results. It is a costly and time-consuming process. It is a final detailed appraisal report on the project and a blueprint for its execution and eventual operation. A DPR is prepared by the technical consultancy organizations such as AECOM, KITCO, etc. The details to be included in DPR or the contents of a DPR are: location, size and approach to the site, detailed drawings, structural designs and cost estimates, technology to be used, all constructional and operational costs, final cost details and expected benefits, detailed specification of equipment and materials and their manufacturers, information to prepare tender documents, project management process, details about all approvals and clearances, volume and financial projections, financial risk analysis and contingencies, all possible risks and measures to counter them, etc. Next, we are moving to construction planning and scheduling. What is construction planning? Planning is the most important and vital part of a construction project. Planning involves defining the objectives of the project, listing of tasks or jobs that must be performed, determining gross requirements for material, equipment and manpower, preparing estimates of costs and durations for the various activities for the satisfactory completion of the project. Planning provides direction. It helps to reveal the future opportunities and threats. In planning stage, a plan is made and the strategies are set, taking into the consideration of the various policies and procedures of the particular organization. Next is scheduling. What is scheduling? Scheduling means the allocation of resources. Scheduling is done by assigning the starting and completion dates to each part or each activity of the work. It is done by such a manner that the whole work or the project proceeds in a logical sequence and in an orderly and systematic manner. Scheduling is the laying out of actual activities of the project in order of time. It is usually represented by means of graphical presentation. Next is the objectives of scheduling. The various objectives include: first one, to calculate the project completion, to calculate the start and end of the particular specific activity in a project, to expose and adjust conflict between trades or subcontractors, to predict and calculate the cash flow, to manage materials and human resources, to improve work efficiency, to resolve delay problems of different activities, to serve as an effective project control tool. Next is work breakdown structure or WBS. It is a pictorial representation of the entire project. It is a tree structure which shows a subdivision of effort required to achieve an objective, for example, a program, a project, and a contract. It aids in the identification of objectives and allows the planner to see the total picture of the project. A work breakdown structure permits summing of subordinate costs for tasks, materials, etc. into their successively higher level parent tasks, materials, etc. Next is the characteristics of work breakdown structure. First one is it is definable, that is, it can be described and easily understood by project participants. Second one, it is manageable, a meaningful unit of work where specific responsibility and authority can be assigned to a responsible individual. The third one is it is estimatable. The duration can be estimated in time required to complete and cost can be estimated in resources required to complete. Fourth one, it is independent in nature. Fifth one, it is integrable in nature, that is, it integrates with the other project work elements and with higher level cost estimates and schedules to include the entire project. Sixth one, it is measurable. It can be used to measure progress. And the seventh one, it is adaptable, sufficient flexible, so the addition or elimination of work's scope can be readily accommodated in work breakdown structure framework. So there are 7 important characteristics for work breakdown structure. They are: the work breakdown structure is always definable, manageable, estimatable, it is independent in nature, it is integratable, measurable, and adaptable. Next is the advantages of work breakdown structure. It identifies the responsibility for each phase of the project. It describes the activities to be carried out in a clear and complete manner. It avoids ambiguities in a project. Assign a task to a specific person or a resource, avoiding duplication in assignment of tasks. In case of WBS, the duplication in assignment of tasks can be avoided. Facilitate the communication between different professional roles involved in project execution. It improves the understanding of the project by all the subjects involved. It improves the understanding of the project by external subjects also. So in today's session we have covered what is construction project management, which are the different basics for construction project management, what are the unique features of a construction project, which are the different phases involved in the life cycle of a construction project, what is construction planning, what is construction scheduling, and what is work breakdown structure, etc. we have covered in today's portion. Hoping that you have understood. Study well. The work breakdown structure is very important. The unique features of construction project and phases in the life of a construction project, as well as the work breakdown structure, is asked in previous year university question papers. So study these portions in a well manner and in an effective manner. So this shows the work breakdown structure of a construction for a typical construction project. While answering your questions for work breakdown structure, draw this figure also. Next is the different methods of scheduling. The different methods which are used for scheduling in a construction project are bar charts, milestone charts, critical path method, and program evaluation and review technique, or PERT. So there are 4 important methods are used for scheduling. All the 4 methods are graphical methods, and the bar charts and mile charts are purely graphical methods, and the critical path method, whereas the program evaluation and review technique, that is both CPM and PERT, are network analysis. Hoping that you have understood what is scheduling and what are the different methods adopted for scheduling. Okay, thank you. Stay safe.